Hello everyone. Before we start, you will hear a drill in the background. There's construction happening next door. I cannot delay this any longer. I've had this setup placed out for 4 days, hoping the drill would stop, but it hasn't. So I'm just going to go with it. Anyway, now this reading is going to focus on the energy of February as a whole, but particularly the middle of the month on the 14th, which is Valentine's Day, of course. But more importantly, the 15th, which is according to most astrologers, the most romantic day of the year, which is when Venus conjuncts Neptune in Pisces. Venus, as we know, is the planet of love. So because it is a major-ish transit, the energy is going to play out a couple of days before and a couple of days after. So Valentine's Day does come into the mix. So it is going to be a particularly sweet Valentine's Day. Now, what we're going to look at here is the energy of your person, the person on your mind, your Valentine, whoever this could be for you. I have just split 3 decks into 3 different piles to make things easy and simple. Now, the first pile is represented by a camera. The second pile is represented by a heart with wings. And the third pile is represented by an aircraft. Now, whichever charm resonates most with you, that is your pile. You can pause the video, have a think about it, and the timestamps will be in the description box down below. See you in your reading. All right, if you picked pile 1 or the camera, this is your reading. Let's see what we have for you. Pile 1. I'm going to pull a couple of main cards just to define your reading. And then we will get a couple of more tarot cards and then clarify them. All right. Oh, beautiful. Right off the bat, we have the Hierophant. So now this is Taurus energy. It talks about spirituality and knowledge, but it does to a very large extent talk about commitment. It talks about elevating something to the next level. It's a serious card. Then we have the Ten of Swords. There could have been a lot of pain through this connection. Just going to get one more. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, clearly. Now, the Ten of Swords right here does talk about karmic lessons. And it talks about, well, only upwards. So I almost feel like your connection may have hit rock bottom and the only way forward is up now. There's something that you needed to learn right here, pile 1. With the Five of Pentacles, this person may have triggered your insecurities. They may have triggered your abandonment wounds. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck with the King of Wands. Yeah, the King of Wands has been showing up in a lot of readings and it's a mild annoyance. I have nothing against fire signs. I'm an Aries rising. But the King of Wands as an archetype can be very smug. Okay, it can be somebody who is very good looking. Don't get me wrong, very magnetic, charming, attractive. But someone who feels like just because they have the ability to win over a room, they march to the beat of their own drum, right? There isn't any remorse or any, they don't think about the consequences of their actions. But with the Hierophant showing up here, that King of Wands, the energy might be shifting. We did have the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and that is telling me that you have been working on yourself, okay? Abundance and fortitude. Fortitude is the key word here because fortitude doesn't stem from, well, a void. Fortitude stems from difficulty. Fortitude is strength. So I feel like whatever you have been put through this entire process, the recovery that you have gone through has made you incredibly strong and independent. And that happens. That triggers returns, right? King of Wands or not, no one can resist pre-Empress energy, which is the Nine of Pentacles. And again, there's no gender in tarot. Just take the energy with you. But I see somebody wanting to, I see remorse here. Let's just put it like that. I see somebody wanting to elevate this connection from this Ten of Swords to something more. All right. We have the Moon. There could have been a whole lot of secrets in this relationship. And I feel like you were constantly questioning, you were maybe constantly watching tarot readings because you didn't know what was going on in this person's head, right? There was no clarity. Then we have the Eight of Cups and you walked away from this. And I feel like this was probably one of the hardest things you ever had to do. But again, there was a lesson that needed to be learned here. Pile 1. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles again. You can't make this up. And then we have the King of Cups. You see how the King of Wands is now transforming to the King of Cups with the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Swords. There is an honest adult conversation that wants to come about here, pile one. And I'm going to get, well, a couple more cards. But I feel like this person with the Nine of Pentacles showing up twice may finally see your worth, because you do. The Queen of Swords, and you're not afraid to cut this nonsense out. No gender in tarot, but I see you very detached. I see you very, I'm not going to say emotionless, Knight of Pentacles, but very factual, very logical. And after all that shuffling, the King of Cups is back. Let me clarify. I almost feel like their pride has been, well, you've destroyed their pride. Whatever was, they were sitting on that high horse that we've been talking about as the King of Wands, but there is a fall of ego. I'm almost feeling a tower moment. Let's clarify the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Wands. You stood up for yourself. You stood your ground. And the Wheel of Fortune. And because you did, because you stood up for yourself, what is that quote? God or the universe only helps those who help themselves. Yeah, you stopped feeling sorry for yourself and you stood up for yourself. And which is why the universe is taking the wheel now and bringing about a change for you. Interesting. Why is the Moon here? The Nine, okay, this is insane. The Nine of Pentacles showing up thrice. Pile one. You're looking good, my friend. You are looking good, and you have worked incredibly hard on yourself. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is followed by the Eight of Pentacles. And though they are minor arcanas, the Eight of Pentacles is a whole lot of work, right? It's not easy to get to the Nine of Pentacles energy. You didn't give up on yourself, even though this person may have. And the Star. I'm almost feeling like you've made yourself the person of somebody's dream. Does that make sense? It's almost like there's a spotlight on you now. I'm not saying that this transformation was physical. It may have been, that does happen. Breakups often lead us to, well, working out more or just channeling that anger and that energy into something else. But I'm more so feeling that your spirit has elevated. My dogs are barking. Never mind. But the spotlight is on you now, pile one. I also feel like with the Hierophant, I was talking about an ascension process, an elevation. Some of you may have tapped into your spirituality a lot more than you intended to, and that has evolved you. And this person sees that. My goodness, the Three of Swords. I feel like the pain that you felt, this person probably felt a whole lot more than you did, because they knew they were the ones who caused it. And the Ten of Wands, and I feel like this is a burden that they've been carrying since the time they broke your heart. The Ten of Swords, karmic lessons, and the Ten of Wands with the Three of Swords and the Eight of Cups. My goodness. I'm almost getting that initially they may have thought that, oh, pile one is overreacting, I didn't even do anything. There may have been a little bit of gaslighting, a little bit of like, oh, it's probably you overreacting, it's your fault, right? But then there's a dawning, there's a realization that, oh my God, it wasn't them, it was me. And that load has been very difficult to carry for this person. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here? The Ace of Wands. This reading is cookie cutter in the best way possible. I have been telling you with the Nine of Pentacles, you're looking so good because you worked on yourself. And what does that do? That initiates and triggers a return. With the Ace of Wands, this person is still, I feel, even though we have the Knight of Pentacles right here, which I'm happy to see, this person is still approaching you with Wands energy, fire, passion. But then again, we did have the King of Wands evolving into the King of Cups. And we have the Eight of Wands. This is coming in very, very quickly. I have been talking about how the 15th is the most romantic day of the year. there's almost stirrings of something within this person. I just saw the Fool at the bottom of the deck. This communication is going to come in very swiftly, out of the blue. You won't even realize it. But you know what? A part of me is, just because it's right under the Five of Pentacles, a part of me is feeling like you may reject this entirely. Not to teach this person a lesson. This isn't tit for tat here, but this is more about you've elevated so much, and I feel like this person, to an extent, is still vibrating on the same ridiculous frequency. We have the Nine of Cups. What did I say about you are someone's wish? You are somebody's dream come true with the Star card. I feel the same way with the Nine of Cups. And then we have the Magician. This person is now manifesting you. I feel like you were doing all the work right here. And we have the Knight of Cups. You can't make this up, with the Two of Wands and the Fool again, with the Four of Wands and the Moon, and the King of Wands is back. Okay. I'm not going to say that this person has entirely changed their colors forever, okay? But I do see a momentary shift. There's a reason the Knight of Pentacles has shown up, okay? The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the tarot. And I like the Knight of Pentacles because he's not the Knight of Wands. He is not somebody, no gender in tarot, he is not somebody who comes in and is out the door the very next minute. This is someone who works incredibly hard to complete that journey to you. And once he enters your life, he stays. He carries the Ace of Pentacles, which is a brand new beginning. This has been a journey for you. This has been an incredibly difficult journey for you. Look at the heart of your reading. The Ten of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Eight of Cups. I almost feel like you had completely given up on this. And again, use your discretion. If you feel like this person is still a narcissist, this person is still someone who's incredibly selfish and will never be able to cater to your needs, don't let them back into your life. But I do see a change. It's not going to be a 180. It's not going to be incredibly transformational. But for just a minute, I feel like this person is going to start, I don't want to say this, but it's coming to me, start marching to the beat of your drum. Not that you want to control anybody, but I feel like the intentions you've had towards this relationship have always been pure. Right? Okay, what do I want? I haven't thought this through. Okay, I'm just going to get you a couple of tea leaves to close this off. We have Dolphin, financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. And again, now this is a love reading, so I'm not going to bring finances here, but I do feel that you have learned a whole lot from this. And the Hierophant is telling me that. There's been a boost in your confidence, in your spirituality, in how you see yourself. And again, your person is seeing that glow up as well. We have Nest, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Now, all of these cards are pointing to the Hierophant again and again, because the Hierophant is traditionality. It is, there isn't any kind of Uranian energy here, even though we have Uranus in Taurus right now. That is a Taurus card. This is more about Saturn. This is more about discipline, about no surprises, happy or unhappy. You know, just being content in your routine, being content in the blueprint that you have mapped out for the next 10 years of your life, right? That's what you've wanted all this while. We have Dog, far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. I wouldn't call this person a friend, but yeah, that's confirmation. You're on this person's mind, and how. Oh. Wind chimes, peace and harmony. Couldn't ask for anything more, because I feel like you've been put through the ringer here, pile one. Alrighty, we have Leg at the bottom of the deck, stepping into a new experience. And we have Flowers, happiness. I hate saying you're going to get what you deserve, because that statement can be misconstrued. But you have, you've done the work. And the universe recognizes that. And with flowers and wind chimes, that's a reward. That's a reward coming in through this person. You know what I mean? All right, let's get you some charms to close this off. I like how we have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. I don't have the Knight of Swords, I don't have the Knight of Wands, and they're my least favorite knights. I'm going to get a few more. Okay. We have a camera. Again, I didn't realize I had two of these. So that's a confirmation that this is your reading. There are memories, there's nostalgia. I feel like this person, even if they're blocked or whatever, they found a way to peruse your social media. And if they have pictures of you on their phone, I feel like they're constantly looking at them, because not only is there remorse, there's a lot of reminiscing, there's a lot of missing, right? And I feel like they want to create new memories with you. We have family. That's the second time this keyword has shown up. So some of you may have had a family with this person, and for some of you, they just want to build one with you, plain and simple. We have the letters W and U. These could be your initials. They could be the initials of the person you're dealing with. Doesn't have to be. But that spells woo. I mean, it's not the correct spelling. But then, again, we have the Knight of Cups. Feel like this person does want to woo. Be prepared for that. We have beautiful and we have faith. I feel like a part of you hasn't given up on this person, and we did see the Magician. So while you may not be currently manifesting this person, because I do see a switch off when it comes to you, but a part of you still believed, still had faith that this would work out, because karmic lessons, that is a spiritual tie. That is not a 3D relationship. Okay, that transcends the 3D reality that we're a part of. But because you had faith, I feel like this is coming together the way you want it to. And with beautiful, again, I feel like you are attractive, and a man can be beautiful as well. So it doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel like you're being seen in the right light. We have a feather, which talks about, well, signs, but it also talks about communication and messages. So I would expect those to come about, like I said, with the Eight of Wands. Then we have an intricate heart and we have an elephant. Elephants represent not just nostalgia and memories, they represent loyalty. And then they represent hard work. We do have the Ten of Wands. So while you were doing all the heavy lifting, I feel like this person was doing squat. But they want to do that heavy lifting now. And with the intricate heart, this is a love that is difficult and complicated, but it's ornate and beautiful. It's worth it, right? I see this as a massive hiccup that needs to be sorted out, and it is on its sweet way to being sorted out. I don't know if this is going to happen on Valentine's Day or on the 15th, but I would expect February to be that transitional month for you, like a bridge between a difficult time to a happy one. You know what I mean? All right, pile one, that was it. I hope this helped. Bye-bye. All right, pile two, if you picked the heart with wings, this is your reading. Let's see what we have. I'm going to pull a couple of main cards, then I will pull your tarot, and then I will clarify. I will close this off with a couple of charms and some tea leaves for you. All right, let's see what we have. We have Judgment. Interesting. Scorpio energy. Revelation and awakening. Now, the Judgment card can sometimes talk about a return. Okay, it can talk about an awakening that happens within somebody else towards you, a realization, an aha moment. But let's see what else we have. We have the Fool. Oh, goodness. 2 major arcana right off the bat. Now, this is Aquarius energy. A lot of people read this as Aries energy, but it's not. This is Uranus energy. And Uranus has been doing quite a dance in the sky. There are a lot of surprises. Oop, drop the cards. Happy or unhappy ones, it doesn't matter. Uranus doesn't really care. But revelations, Judgment, and the Fool coming together. Hang on, I just need to grab these. That is an aha moment. That is, I want to start this new journey. Now, again, I don't know if this is a past person coming back into the mix, or it is a brand new person entering your life. We will see. Pile 2. Wow. 3 major arcana. We have Temperance, Sagittarius energy, moderation and equilibrium. And my God, Justice at the bottom of the deck with the Knight of Cups. understanding and karmic balance. I don't think this is a new person. This is someone from the past, most definitely. Someone coming to balance the scales. And I feel like with temperance, you have been incredibly patient with this person. A part of you knew that this is going to come back to fruition. But then again, you see, with judgment, it does talk about, well, bringing something back to life. Okay. Now that doesn't always work, because sometimes we start carrying past patterns and traumas and baggage into, well, the refreshed relationship, and we just start repeating the same thing over and over again. But with the Fool right here, with optimism and freedom, the Fool carries no baggage. So I feel like this is a complete reboot. This is a complete reset. We have understanding and karmic balance. That's important to note. Libra energy. Okay, let's see. I can't. This is all major arcana. Justice. I feel like whatever you have been through this entire process, pile 2, the scales are being balanced for you. And why am I feeling like you were put through a whole lot of pain? Because with justice and judgment showing up, this is almost like you were put through the ringer, and finally there's a reward coming in for all that effort. I think I'm going to cry a little bit. Pile 2, what in the world? This is only major arcana. The Hierophant, which is Taurus energy, which is an elevation. It is a commitment. It is someone growing up. Finally growing up. And the Nine of Wands. Thank goodness. I would have probably broken down right here if that was another major arcana. Let's get a few more. We have the Five of Swords. And we have the Two of Cups. That's beautiful energy. As a reader, I always read past to future, from left to right. And then we have the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the Devil, Capricorn energy, the World, the Three of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm not going to go deeper, but that is beautiful energy right here. We have the World and the Fool together, which for me is the perfect reboot. This is an ending with a new beginning that is attached to it. Wow, this is a powerful reading. I feel like this is either a twin flame or it is a soulmate. I'm not going to call this a karmic relationship by any means. Karmic in the bad way. But there's something profound here. There's something very deep right here. Pile 2. Let me clarify. Why is the Five of Swords here? The Page of Pentacles. I feel like in the past, lessons weren't learnt. Either from your side or your person's side, there was something about evading the seriousness of this and the world. Yeah. I feel like the depth of this connection, which I'm seeing with all this major arcana, it's almost like those depths weren't explored. Okay. Maybe both of you were functioning from a very surface level, and you weren't truly learning the deep lesson that the universe was trying to teach you. There was an escape route that was constantly looked at, an escape route that was constantly even used, whether it was from your side or your person's side or both. I feel like whenever it got to deep, intense conversations, you guys just switched off. It was painful to talk about that depth. Justice, Eight of Pentacles. And the Chariot, beautiful Cancer energy. I'm almost feeling like if there was a separation in this particular situation, we have the Four of Cups at the bottom, so that could be confirmation that an offer of love was not accepted. If there was a separation in this situation, I feel like you've been doing a whole lot of work. You've been putting a whole lot of work on yourself, and you may have felt like the person you're dealing with wasn't doing squat, that they weren't doing anything. But I'm here to tell you with justice that the scales were being balanced behind the scenes. You didn't even realize it. This person was dealing with their own fair share of karma. It's possible that the pain that they put you through, the same pain was inflicted on them. You know what I mean? That is how karma gets balanced. But with the Chariot, I see movement, I see action, I see interaction, I see communication. If you live at a distance, I see both of you or one of you traveling to come, traveling to each other to well, balance the scales. The Fool is a traveler as well. There are a lot of cards of travel, and I see Temperance as Sagittarius energy, which rules the 9th house, which again is travel. So distance is the key word right here. I see a bridging of that distance happening now, especially with the Hierophant. We have the Two of Swords. It's possible that this person was confused with the Five of Pentacles. It's possible that they were confused about commitment. It's possible that they were confused between two people even. We have the Lovers, exactly. That's a confirmation for me. The Lovers is the choice. It is a choice between two. Then we have the Knight of Wands, not my favorite knight. We have Judgment and the Tower. Yeah, I feel like this person was taught a lesson. They were taught a very major lesson right here, pile 2. Because they didn't make a decision, because they made you or the other person they were dealing with or whatever feel like an option, they were left out in the cold by not just you but by the other person that they were dealing with. This is for a few number of you who are in a third party situation. But I feel like the kind of stability that they may have wanted, it's like they were constantly looking for greener pastures, right? And they never found them. That is that awakening. That is that judgment that is dawning upon them that they screwed up. The Knight of Wands can be very in and out energy. Someone who prioritizes passion. The complete opposite of the Hierophant. And with the Judgment and the Tower, I feel like the universe wasn't having any of that. This person is incredibly lonely right now. Whoever this is. They're alone. I'm going to get one more right here. The King of Cups. And what that is doing is it's opening up their heart. Because when we have everything handed to us on a silver platter, we don't even try to evolve. We don't try to grow. We become complacent. I feel like this person was put through the ringer by the universe. And that elevated their spirit. That opened up their heart. Why is the Nine of Wands here? The Knight of Wands. Yeah. It's a small little pile, but I like how the cards are repeating themselves. And the Ten of Swords, yeah. Yep. I'm almost getting like this person's player-like ways were almost a defense mechanism to prevent themselves from entering something that was too deep. This person enjoyed 3D relationships. They didn't want anything spiritual because it was too difficult for them. It was too painful for them. And they weren't evolved enough to handle a relationship like that. But now there's a dawning. There's a realization. The Ten of Swords talks about karmic lessons. It talks about having way too much information in your head that you completely shut down. I don't feel like this person is shut down because we have the Nine of Wands, which is the wounded warrior. I feel like this person is learning from their wounds. They're understanding that this Knight of Wands energy is not going to cut it. Let's clarify the Two of Cups. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful. There's a happily ever after woven in here into your reading, pile 2. And it's absolutely beautiful. And we have the Tower. And again, this is a good tower for me now because the surrounding cards are so beautiful. This is going to come out of nowhere. I did say Uranus has been doing a dance in the sky. These towers, happy or unhappy, are going to strike when you least expect them to. And then we have the Hierophant. Wow, what a powerful reading. I feel like this person has learned some very difficult lessons. Bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor with the 5 of Cups, with the 4 of Cups, and the 2 of Pentacles. There's a fall of ego. There's a fall of pride. And there is an elevation in frequency, an elevation in this person's frequency. And they're coming about with a beautiful offer of love. Wow. Fantastic reading. I wasn't expecting something so powerful in a picker card, but well, excuse me. We have Candle, you will be shown the way. And I feel like I have been mentioning spirituality. I feel like you have been, trusting your intuition. You have been trusting your spirit guides, and you have been elevating. And again, there's almost a sense of faith here. You knew this would come back around because there was something very karmic about this in the best way possible. We have August. So all of this may have gone south in August. I'm going to get one more for this. Whoop, dropped a card. That's probably the one we need. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. I feel like your patience was tested in August. And this journey began in August. And because you didn't back down with the Chariot and the 8 of Pentacles, you're going to see this through to the happy ending that you're hoping for. We have Teapot, deep friendship. I feel like this started as a friendship, and it may restart as a friendship. Okay, keep that in mind. It may not start off as a complete declaration of love. It may start off small. And we have Kite, vacation. Some of you, I have been talking about travel. Some of you may literally need to go on a vacation with this person, or just spend some quiet time with this person so this can develop. I feel like there's so much water under the bridge that needs to be addressed. This is not going to be waking up one day and realizing that, that judgment call is not something that, comes out of nowhere. It is a process. Okay. Owl, good advice from a wise person. And I feel like you have been doing that. We have the Hierophant so many times. It's possible that you have a guru or a spiritual advisor or someone who has been guiding you through this process. Trust them. And I also feel like this person is pretty much doing the same thing. You may feel like they're doing nothing to elevate themselves. You're wrong. This person has been learning behind the scenes. Teardrop, great personal sorrow. That is what triggers returns, my friend. That is what triggers returns. I feel like this person seek out information that will help you. Yeah, this person has been heartbroken, which is why they are now seeking out help. Hills, obstacles to overcome. And I feel like you've both been overcoming them in your own individual ways. And we have Wall, misunderstanding. Again, intuitively placed in the past. I finally feel like you guys are going to be on the same page. You're going to be on the same frequency after a very long time. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Air. Good news. So be patient. This is not going to... this may not come about the way you expected it to. Okay, that's what Uranus does. It is completely out of the blue. But because we have so many major arcana right here, let the universe do its thing. Okay, this is beyond your control now. I feel like you've been working on yourself. So has this person. You've done your bit. Let the universe do its. I'm going to get a few more. Okay, that's quite a bit. We have the letters V, K, R, F. I dropped something. U and N. Oh no, that's a Z. So these could be your initials. They could be the initials of someone you're dealing with. Doesn't have to be. We have the Hamsa hand, which talks about protection. It talks about, protection from the evil eye, protection from any kind of negativity. And I feel like you are protected, but so is this relationship. Okay. We have the Tree of Life, which is reminding me of the 10 of Pentacles, building memories, building a legacy of love with this person. We have an intricate heart, a difficult love, but worth it. Am I right? We have a broken heart, and I feel like, yeah, your heart was broken. Most definitely it was. But there's mending happening here, most certainly, and the universe is going to ensure it. We have a snowflake, so this could represent wintertime. It could represent the Five of Pentacles as well, where this person felt like they were left out in the cold. That was one of their biggest lessons. And also the snowflake talks about uniqueness. It talks about authenticity. And I feel like this person realizes that there's no one like you, right? Then we have a feather, which talks about communication, travel, all of that wonderful stuff. And we have blessed with family. I feel like this person may have thought about building a family with you with the Ten of Pentacles, most certainly. But this situation is blessed. There's a reason that this was the charm for this reading. Not only is your heart blessed, not only is your heart protected, but so is this relationship. All right. That was it, pile 2. Very intense reading. I hope this helped. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 3. If you picked the aircraft, this is your reading. Let's get to it. I will pull a couple of main cards, and then I will get to your tarot spread, which I will clarify. And towards the end, I will pull a few charms and tea leaves for you. All right, let's get to it. Oh. The Ace of Pentacles right off the bat. This is, well, recognition. This is success. This is an offer, a very stable, very mature offer. We have the Four of Cups, contemplation and reevaluation. I feel like in the past, there was an offer, yours or this person's, that was rejected. There was a sense of boredom and apathy. Then we have the Two of Wands, which talks about independence and achievement. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups with the Three of Cups. So at the core of this reading, I feel like there has been a process. There's been a journey. While the intention to rekindle this with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups is incredibly strong, but there's something that needs to be learned through this. With independence and achievement, I feel like there could have been a codependency issue. It is possible. That's not going to resonate for everyone. But again, with independence and achievement, that is telling me something. I feel like if there was a separation between the two of you, you have been on your own individual journeys. And that has taught you something. The Four of Cups right here, the keywords are contemplation and reevaluation. We will get to it. We will get to it. There's a lot here. We have the Page of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Lovers. Beautiful energy. There's an apology here. We have the Death card. Now, as a reader, I read past to future from left to right. So there's a transformation that came about here, the Eight of Pentacles. Work wants to be put in now. I feel like this whatever this was, this connection was on a timeout. Because there was something that needed to be learned here. We have the Three of Wands with the Hermit, Virgo energy, the Star, Aquarius energy, and the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a soulmate card. It is you having a contract, a soul contract with this person in a previous lifetime. We have the Four, the Five, and the Six of Cups. So that's progress. That is elevation. With the Lovers, again, this is talking about a karmic tie. Now, a karmic tie doesn't always have to be bad karma that needs to be overcome. It could be that this person, like I said, has come into your life to teach you something, and vice versa. I feel like you've been on your own independent journeys, and once you have rounded yourselves out is when you can come back together. We have the Five of Swords. Yeah, I feel like there was no softness here. With the Five of Swords, even if there was an apology that was due to you, it was almost like the problems and the arguments and the conflict was just brushed under the rug. There was no resolution to this. The Nine of Wands, and I feel like you both always had your guards up. There was always this sense of, well, I'm right, you're ridiculous, you know. I see that changing though. We have the I literally just said I see that changing, and we have the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. This is seeing things from a different perspective. I feel like you're walking in each other's shoes. We have the Six of Cups again with the Five of Cups. Wow. This is a soul tie. This is a soul connection. And with the Five of Cups, whatever sadness and apathy you were feeling, I feel like this person was feeling it as well. Because sixes in the tarot talk about, well, to an extent, they talk about reflection and mirroring, okay? They talk about both elements feeling the exact same way, because they're mirroring each other. But this contemplation and reevaluation while you were apart, I feel like has resulted in this person realizing that they can't do without you. The Five of Cups for me is one of the trigger cards. It triggers a return because there's so much sadness, right? And then we have the Four of Pentacles, and I feel like this person has not let you go. They're holding on for dear life. Even if you can't see this in the 3D, energetically, I feel like this person has not let you go. The Six of Pentacles, we have so many sixes, you see that. Now, the Death card is transformation, and the Six of Pentacles talks about balance, equal give and take, generosity. And I feel like there wasn't enough equal give and take here. Double confirmation. This needed to end. If this is your reading and you're in separation, this needed to end. Because the trajectory that this relationship was following was awful. There needed to be this contemplation and reevaluation. The Four of Cups is apathy, boredom, right? And I feel like the energy that this relationship was coming with was not suiting your frequency. It needed to be left behind so that you both could work on yourselves. We have the Eight of Swords with the Lovers. The Eight of Swords for me is having nightmares during the day, of being stuck in your head, of not being able to perform even the smallest tasks. And then we have the Hermit. Some of you may feel like this person has another person on the side, or they may be dating around, they may be having fun. They're not. This person is stuck in their head. This person has hermitized themselves. And we have the Page of Cups again with the Devil. Wow, with the Queen of Cups. You know what? Through this contemplation, reevaluation, and the Hermit card, this person has come to a realization about their flaws, about their mistakes, about their faults. And earlier, where there was a wall, where there was defense, those walls are coming down. Because there's a realization of the amount of love there is in this situation. Let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles, the Six of Swords. Wow, that's a lot of sixes. You may be seeing 666 a lot. It is possible. But we have the Page of Cups. Yep, there we go. Again, I'm almost seeing a fall of ego. We did have the Five of Swords right here. And then we have the Six with the Page of Cups. That apology that is due, or that reconciliation in the sense of trying to smooth out the creases. I feel like this person is ready to put in the work. This is not about who's right, who's wrong. It's possible that, you may have made a few mistakes as well. But this person really doesn't care anymore. They just want to resolve this conflict. This separation may have triggered this person's spirituality. We have spirituality and fulfillment with the Ace of Cups. And then we have the Devil again at the bottom of the deck with the Queen of Cups. That's important. The Lovers are a couple blessed by Archangel Raphael. The Devil are lovers tied together by the Devil, Saturnian energy. I feel like the karmic lesson that we're talking about here, you guys were in Devil energy. I was talking about codependency, right? You were almost forced to be with each other and be miserable because there was something that you needed to learn. With the Six of Swords now, there's a freedom. It's almost like because you've learned those lessons, those chains have broken. And now you're not being forced to be with each other, you're choosing to be with each other. Because throughout this journey, these lessons that you have learned, you've realized that you belong together. And this person is realizing that as well. With the Queen of Cups, I feel like this person's heart has opened. Three of Wands and the Hermit with the Star. And the Empress with the Six of Cups. There's no gender in tarot, right? But the Empress is highly nurturing. The Empress is somebody who is the embodiment of Venus, okay? It's the embodiment of love. I almost feel like this person's life is very, very bleak, very dark without you. With the Hermit showing up so many times, this person would rather be alone than, I feel like this person doesn't really want to be with anybody else. They'd rather be alone if they can't be with you. Does that make sense? Interesting. There's a lot of apathy here. But this apathy is the trigger. That is what is triggering this person to come back in and put in the work. Beautiful reading. All right, let's see. We have handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Keep that in mind. It's possible that this person as well may have gotten this shift in perspective after meeting somebody else. It's possible that they tried to date. It's possible that they tried to meet more people. But through that process, again, they realized the grass was not greener. Bird perched, waiting for news, package letter. And if you have been, I feel like you don't have to wait any longer. There is communication coming in, most definitely. We have hat. You will be playing a different role. Now, I feel like I'm getting Hierophant energy here. There is an ascension that's happening. So it's possible that if you felt like you were an option in this person's life, or it was a very diluted energy of commitment, right? There's an elevation, recognition and success, right? I feel like you're being recognized for your value, recognized for who you are as a person, and being treated as such. Tankard, celebration, fun, enjoyment. Yeah, there's been so much doom and gloom here. I don't know if this is from your side or your person's side or both your sides, but I feel like if and when, I'm going to remove the if, when you guys get back together, try to, right off the bat, try to avoid the heaviness, okay? Start off with a little bit of play, because I feel like you've both been through enough. I'm not saying brush things under the rug, but I am saying that it's okay to let a few things go. There's no point rehashing the past. Whatever happened, happened. As long as you're not repeating those mistakes and those lessons, you're good to go. We have Tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. This is Knight of Pentacles energy for me, and I love it because we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So even if this is happening slowly for you, relish that, savor that, because if anything comes in too quickly, it goes out just as quickly, right? Whatever this is slow, but this languid energy is in your favor. It's not going to go anywhere once it actually comes in. Fan, romance, celebration, party. We have two cards of, parties and fun and enjoyment. So it's possible that this reconciliation may spark during an event. And we have bridge. I have been talking about water under the bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Beautiful reading. You had to go through this. Deep personal strength and peace that assure success. I feel like I said, this was a mountain that you had to climb for personal development. And that happens. Sometimes the universe puts two people together who are not evolved, who are not whole within themselves, right? They expect each other to make each other whole. But I just dropped something. Never mind. So this happens when you're supposed to evolve and then come back in together into union without being codependent. You know what I mean? Because that's what makes a healthy relationship. All right. Let's get you some charms to close this off. We have S, Y, and M. So these could be your initials. They could be the initials of the person you're dealing with. Doesn't have to be. We have a music note. Again, celebration, fun. And also, if you're sent a piece of music, listen to the lyrics carefully. Okay, there may be a hidden message right there. And we have Pisces. Now, this could be a sign that you have in your chart heavily, or your person does. Take it how it resonates. And then we have an elephant, carrying the load equally. Loyalty. This talks about reminiscing, nostalgia, memories. right? All of that wonderful stuff. There is almost this centering and grounding that I'm feeling with the elephant right here. Whatever was up in the air is going to be solidified. And then we have believe. And I feel like you never stop believing. And you were unintentionally manifesting this reunion, which is why it's coming about in your favor. All right, pile 3, that was it. I hope this helped. Bye-bye.